Would everyone like to take their seats, please? Thank you. It's Susan Mckenna. Thank you. Did Jack Radford want to come up with you? Yes. Welcome. Good afternoon.
We've got the slides set to go.
Slides. They're coming.
Kia ora koutou. Ko Susan Mckenna, taku no marahaku ahau. Ko nai tahu, taku iwi. Ko Ngāti Mamoi, taku hapu. Ko Aparima, taku awa. Ko takatinu, taku monga. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. It's a pleasure, good afternoon to you all, it's a pleasure to be here speaking to you this afternoon. I'm actually speaking in support of my submission that I put into council in regards to the district plan. I certainly do not claim to be an expert in global warming, and I don't claim to be an expert in building seawalls, but I do claim to be a passionate member of the Southshore community, and I enjoy the opportunity to be here to support them today. First of all, just move on. We all know about the history, I'm sure, of Southshore and how it was formed 450 years ago. It was a significant area, place at that time, of course an important transport route, and over the years it became a pleasure resort. Even in the 1870s, many holiday homes, many batches. So it has huge significance for Christchurch because of its history. It's a long history and an important one. Over time, it did develop into a prestigious subdivision, and pre-earthquake, there were houses along the estuary frontage that were absolutely beautiful and were actually of a very high value to people of the public who wanted to buy them. Now we have 1,200 residents. So post-earthquake, we've been left with 500 homes. It's an area which consists of people who are well educated and earning a good income. Just a brief synopsis of the area. It is a significant cultural importance. It's a national taonga. It is a treasure, and it's known throughout New Zealand for its rarity as an amazing habitat for some of our migratory birds, such as the godwits. At the moment, there are also many other birds there, and many people, of course, visit that area in order to be part of that wonderful marine reserve. It has also a very, very strong residents association. Jack and I happen to be co-editors of the Southshore Beacon, so we are actively involved with the association, and we bi-monthly put out a magazine to everyone, informing them of what is going on around the estuary and down in Southshore. It offers to the people of Southshore a recreational environment, and it offers the people of Southshore a wonderful lifestyle. Sadly, this is how it looks today. A quite different look to how it looked before the earthquake. We have been left with the ruins of seawalls that were once built by the residents. It appears that the government and the council do not seem to know who's responsible for fixing these walls. The community of Southshore spend a lot of time going around and tidying up, and as the previous speaker spoke about the mother of all cleanups, this is happening on Saturday. And they put a lot of effort into ensuring that that area maintains its beauty, that it maintains a resource to Christchurch and New Zealand as a rare and wonderful place to be. It can be fixed. This has been, it's not very clear, sorry, this project has just finished, where council actually did organise a project to be done whereby they built a rock wall and a raised bund. Now, this has been done down Ebb Street. It's fantastic, but it stops. It stops just before Rocking Horse Road. This serves a purpose where it stops. What happens out at the shore is that when we get storms, when we get a strong easterly coming through, and sometimes a high tide, and of course the good old full moon, we get a lot of wave action that comes over. A sea wall will stop that happening. I firmly believe it will never flood. I don't think that we will ever be subject to a huge flood. If that happens, then we're all going to go under. But we do get some wave action happening, and it just needs to be tidied up with that particular hard wall and a high bund to continue on around Southshore and around the estuary frontage. So I believe, Council, that you have a social responsibility to the people, to the community of Southshore. They are a strong, passionate community. They support each other. And they want to maintain, we must make sure that we maintain these communities. They're rare in today's society. Previously, council did build a seawall costing $4.6 million along the Redcliffe side of the estuary. That's on the western side. I predict that $8 million would finish the wall along the eastern estuary frontage. And it's a lot less than what was first predicted the cost would be. It's not hard to do. The property values at the moment are going down because of the appearance of these walls. We must please keep a wonderful resource that we have down there. We do get some conflicting evidence about sea level rise. We have coastal forum reports that are not always accurate, that work against us. And as Deirdre Hart stated, it's really up to the potential of change for our future as to what will happen with global warming. And of course, if we believe President Trump, it never will happen.
We don't.
The estuary is tidal, remember that. The water comes in, it goes out. It's a resource, as I said, it should not be lost. We need to give it recognition as a wonderful historical place with an amazing history. We have a resilient community and they have a strong passion for that area, and it's, since Jack and I have moved into that area, we didn't realise what an amazing place it actually is. So I just plead with you to please.
Could I make one other point? The council's execution of its responsibility for Southshore is notable by saying nothing and doing very little. At the moment, we have difficulty getting building consents. We don't know why we're not getting building consents. The council needs to display some fundamental honesty about what its long-term intentions are with Southshore. Southshore can be fixed. You can build the wall. The technology exists to build it. All we require is council to commit to it. And I think it's time we had an open conversation about Southshore and its preservation.
Well, look, the open conversation is part of a process that is being led by Regenerate Christchurch through the what's it called? What's the community group that's been put together around Engage? How, you know, and that is the group that's been looking at how to engage the community in that very conversation. As you know, that part of Southshore was part of the residential red zone. Yep. It is covered by a different set of criteria than we cover, but we have had part of the district plan go through and another part of it held back, which is the coastal chapter of the district plan. So there's work to be done. We're not shying away from that, and work will be done, but the conclusion that we'll come to will have to take into account a lot of things, including the Ihutai, Avon, Heathcote Estuary, and its in its function. I mean, I keep saying that the coastal side's different from the estuary side, and you know that that's true. So there is work to be done, but it's in a process at the moment. But we really value your submission and understand how important it was. I wish you hadn't mentioned President Trump, especially with that last phrase that you have written on your submission, just build the wall. But
let's make Southshore great again.
Well done. Yeah, but thank you. You have been heard. Thank you.